Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered troops to push deeper into Lebanon, expanding military operations against Hezbollah, despite a ceasefire that has been in place for more than 6 weeks.
אני הנחיתי את צה"ל להרחיב את התמרון בלבנון. הכוחות שלנו חצו את הליטני, הם תפסו שטחים שולטים, הם כבשו את רכס הבופור. ועכשיו ההנחיה שלי היא להעמיק ולהרחיב את האחיזה שלנו במקומות שהיו בתפיסת חיזבאללה.
The conflict in Lebanon has become the largest spillover of the Iran war. More than 1.2 million Lebanese have been displaced since March 2nd, when Hezbollah began firing rockets into Israel after the US and Israel launched an attack on Iran on February 28th. In the latest advance, Israeli troops captured the historic Beaufort Castle near Nabatea. The Crusader-era fortress sits high above the Litani River and has served as a key military position for centuries. The castle, built in the 12th century on top of previous fortifications, was used by Saladin's Jerusalem army, Mamluks, Ottomans, the French Mandate, and the Palestine Liberation Organization. The Crusaders named it Beaufort, which is Old French for beautiful fortress. The castle was a major battleground during Israel's 1982 invasion of Lebanon. At that time, the Israeli army pushed all the way north and occupied Beirut. In 2000, the castle was partially restored and opened to visitors. The capture followed days of airstrikes and intense fighting in nearby villages between Israeli troops and Hezbollah militants. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said troops had raised the Israeli flag over the castle and would continue operations aimed at destroying Hezbollah infrastructure in southern Lebanon. Netanyahu described the seizure as a dramatic stage in Israel's security strategy, saying the military would maintain security zones along its borders. Israel has also expanded operations beyond the Litani River and designated a large area up to the Zahrani River as a combat zone. The offensive comes just days before Israel and Lebanon are scheduled to hold another round of direct talks in Washington. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has spoken with Lebanese President Joseph Aoun and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about de-escalation. Washington has called for Hezbollah to halt all attacks on Israel, and Israel, in return, would refrain from further escalation. However, Lebanese Parliament Speaker Nabi Berri, a key Hezbollah ally, said he can guarantee the militant group's full, comprehensive and immediate commitment to a ceasefire. But who will force Israel to stop its aggression? He said in a statement on his television station NBN. Meanwhile, France has called for an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot described Israel's expanding military operations and occupation of Lebanese territory as unacceptable. He told a French TV channel, quote, "Nothing can justify the prolongation of Israeli military operations in Lebanon and its increasingly deep occupation of Lebanese territory," unquote.